Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Let's wait on this to get up and running here. Give me a second here. There we go. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Looking forward to being with you guys today here on Instagram and Facebook Live. So, let me start off by saying this. What I want to do today is I want to actually do more of a question and answer thing for you guys because I really feel like sometimes that you guys don't get to ask any questions. So I want to be able to dive into some questions and answers you guys might have today, and just on life, on anything, life, ministry, the book of the month, prophetic words, prophecy. I am open. Like I said before, you guys just go for it on Facebook and Instagram. I felt led of the Lord to do that earlier because I really felt like that God was telling me, hey Jeremy, why don't you answer some questions today? So we're gonna answer some questions today. So as you guys get some questions, hey, get on board with me. Facebook, Instagram, I'm live with you. Ask me some questions about ministry. Now, let me also say this to you as well. We're also talking about this month, the book of the month for September, Power of the Law of Manifestation. All right, powerful book. I love it. Good book. Now, with this book, we're going to talk a lot about manifestations as far as how to manifest the kingdom of God in our lives. All right. I love this book. So, why don't we do this today? Because I was going to talk about the book, but I've been doing that this month. But I really would rather get into some questions. So, how many of you have some questions today? Bring it forth to me today. Put it in the comment section, and I would love to be able to answer one for you. So, I'll go ahead and scroll up a little bit and see who's on here. By the way, many of you guys, I hope you're liking the memes we're doing. We've been doing a photo shoot recently, so we've been doing a lot of pictures of myself to use as memes. So I hope you guys are enjoying some of the pictures. Definitely. Let's see. All right, we got one from Nicole. When trying to keep focus on how to deal with all of the people trying to hold on, derail one. Okay, hold on. When trying to keep focus, how to deal with all the people trying to derail one. Here's what I always say is this is sometimes I think that when we talk about focus is you got to be able to realize that there's going to be always that toxicity in things and people around you, and that is there's always going to be people around you that's going to begin to try to get you off, derail you, as you said earlier, from our call. But let me just say this to you as well. One of the things we have to begin to focus on is we have to begin to realize what is the call, what is the mission, what is the purpose. When the purpose inside of you burns so bright that it blinds out everyone else's questions, it won't cause anyone to derail you because when the revelation of what it is you're trying to focus on is so bright, and that's the key thing is the information you're trying to get done, or is it revelation? Because if it's revelation, it'll shine so bright it will blind out everybody else's comments, everybody else's opinions. It'll blind out everybody else, and that's how successful people do it. Is we get so accustomed to the revelation where it burns in us so much, it's almost like an infection that won't go away. And so that's what you do is you pull in the revelation, and everyone else's comments will go away. If you think about the scripture that says, behold, a new heaven and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, and it talks about the old earth passing away, the new one's coming forward. You have to think of the word passing away. You have to begin to allow it to pass away. How does something pass away? If something passes away when we begin to dethrone the very thing that is here. So when we dethrone information and we put revelation in its place, it dismisses everything that is connected to the information. And information sometimes will always activate within itself the need to want other people's opinions. If I've got information, I want to learn more about it. Nothing wrong with that, but it can be wrong because if it's revelation, then it's downloaded from God, and revelation doesn't always require everybody's opinions. It doesn't require anybody else's manufactured ideology. So you got to think of it from that level. When it's revelation, it just burns so bright, it dethrones information and everything that information is attached to it. Does that make sense to you? That's a key thing you want to be able to do. Good. I'm glad you love that. Awesome. Now, one thing, let's see here. Somebody else in here said, can you explain toxic more? Yes, I can, Rebecca. So when we deal with toxicity, we have to deal with the things that, when you think of toxic and toxicity, what that means is when toxicity enters your life from, let's say, through other avenues that we have willingly, voluntarily allowed it to happen. When that happens, it allows the entrance for self-sabotaging. Self-sabotaging means we allow the toxicity in to begin to maneuver us from a place of faith to fear, maneuver us from a place of confidence to doubt. When friends of mine or people that I know of have doubt over something, I say you got to replace that with confidence, because toxicity comes in there and it bleeds in us like a poison, and it begins to sort of break down all the molecules of your revelation. It breaks down all the molecules of your confidence. It breaks down the molecules within your focus, your foundation. And so toxicity actually comes, and it's like acid. It sort of eats away, at stuff. You know how we always hear, people say, when you suck on lemons, it eats away the enamel in your teeth. That's what it does. Toxicity is like a lemon. It actually eats away at the confidence and eats away out of the very things that God's been building up within you throughout the years. So toxicity can literally begin to destroy and bring a dysfunctionality and twist and warp the very truth of the nature of God that God has given you on a specific thing, or maybe things within your life. Does that help answer your question? So toxicity really is a very deadly, dangerous thing, because it eats away slowly to where you're either going to self-sabotage yourself, and which is bad, or you find in your life where other people will begin to do things that will cause you to begin to how can I say this? To begin to cause things to disappear in your life. All right? That's what it happens. So, in fact, I think we just had talking about toxicity, I think I just had a freeze on my Instagram here. Are many of you seeing this? I think there's a freeze on the Instagram here. Let's see here. Oops, I think there is. Not good at all. Let me see if I can get this to start working again. Can many of you hear me on Instagram, by the way? If you can, let me know. Yes, it does, Jeremy. Okay. So do me a favor, Rebecca. If Rebecca Barris, you're on here, can you tell me, can you still hear me, Rebecca, and see me? Because my screen has frozen. So let me know if you can still see me, guys, on Instagram. I find myself not being... Okay. So let's go ahead and I'll continue. For some reason, it seems like it's frozen on my end, but it could just be my end. So you said, Janika says, I find myself not being able to say no to people when I know I need to. How do I say no to people without hurting someone? I totally understand that. You have to think of both parties. When you think of a no, let me tell you this, it'll help you out. When we think of the word no, we think, I don't want to hurt them, but you also have to think of the fact that you're also hurting yourself. Okay, so you don't need to allow yourself to hurt them, but you also need to allow yourself to hurt you. So when you don't say no, what it is it's showing a sense of low self-esteem on your behalf, because it's also showing a lack of respect and dignity and boundaries on your side as well. Does that make sense? So you have to begin to go from that angle. I hope you guys can see me on Instagram, by the way. My Instagram's acting up, but if you guys can see me, I can see the comments. Good. Okay. So that's the key thing you have to think about. So when you don't say no to somebody, you're saying yes to them, but you're also destroying. Talking about toxicity, you're destroying your own boundary. So when I say no to you, and let's say, for example, I'm thinking, okay, if I say no to Janika, it might hurt her feelings. The key thing also on another flip side of that is this: not only is it going to hurt, do something for you that I don't want to do, but I'm also destroying my own boundaries. So I'm eating away at the very things of my own boundaries within me. So then it opens up the door of lack of respect, lack of integrity on my behalf, and that will feed into other things. Now then, with that said, also you also have to think of the fact that if I don't say no to somebody because I'm scared to hurt their feelings, you also have to think on the level of what if I'm not the one for them to do the job? What if I'm not the one for them to do the mission? What if their situation is requiring somebody else, but they perceive I'm the one that needs to be the one helping them in that particular situation? See, here's the thing. When you don't say no to somebody, you don't realize that maybe they're perceiving... Oh, mine just ended. Give me 1 second, guys, on Facebook. I am so sorry. Give me 1 second here. Hold on a minute. For some reason, my screen just acted up. So we're going to start this on Instagram one more time. How'd you like my case here? Hold on a minute, guys. Give me a second here. Maria Binkley, happy birthday, by the way, on Facebook. Happy birthday for you. I think it was the last week, if I'm not mistaken. I remembered your birthday, Maria. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna have to restart the. Give me a second here. I have to restart my Instagram. It was acting up. Give me a second here. Give me one moment here. For some reason, this is the weirdest thing. I don't know why it's doing this, but it is. Give me. I'm restarting my Instagram. Give me a second, guys, on Facebook. Hold on a minute. Give me a second here. Hey guys, I don't know what happened. I have no clue what happened on Instagram, but I just restarted it as a part 2. I let Facebook keep on moving, and I restarted you guys. I jump started you guys on Instagram, so hopefully you'll jump back on board with me. All right. So to answer that, let me say this to you. Okay. Let's get back into the questions. All right. I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. So sorry about that. Something really just screwed up royally with our Instagram. But let me finish that statement. So Janika, when you don't say no to somebody for the case of you or them, you're destroying your own boundary. But also you have to think also on the standpoint of with them. Sorry guys, I had to restart my Instagram. With the point of not saying no to somebody, what it also does is you're judging. Hear me out for a moment. You're judging that person's perspective, thinking their perspective is right as well. Okay. So let me say to you what I mean by that. So let's say, for example, let's say Maria is a good friend of mine here on Facebook. I'm still answering your question, Janika, as you get on here. So let's say, for example, if Maria and I are in a room and she asks me to do something, or she calls me on the phone and she says, "Hey Jeremy, can you do this for me today, or can you go with me to this place over here?" If I say, "You know what, I really can't. I'm so sorry," even though I know it could hurt her feelings, I'm also having to take in responsibility in the situation of realizing that what if I am judging, let's say Maria, I could be judging Maria based on her perspective of feeling as if she thinks it's me needing to help her. And so I am judging, thinking that maybe her perspective is right. But what if I'm not the one to help her out? What if me saying, "Hey, I appreciate it, but I really can't do that right now"? What if I begin to look at this situation and realize that if I say no to her, then maybe it will get her realigned to the right perspective of the person who needs to help her in the situation. So you have to think of, when you tell somebody no, you have to think of several different things. If I say, let's say, for example, Janika, as you asked me earlier, if I was to say no to somebody, thinking it could hurt their feelings. Number one, I have to take in consideration that, you know what, I'm losing my boundary. And I'm self-sabotaging myself because I'm not respecting myself when I need to say no. Second of all, if I take in consideration that I might be hurting your feelings only, I also have to take consideration thinking, what if I'm not the one to help you with the situation, when maybe my no could be you making a paradigm shift, realigning yourself to get the right person to help you in that situation. So those are things you have to think about. So saying no is not just taking in consideration, I don't want to hurt their feelings. It's also looking out for yourself and looking out for them as well. Are you with me? Does it make sense? Awesome. So let's get into another question. Gene says, how to get unstuck if you're stuck. Now, Gene, I know we try to cover that with Real Talk Kim, my friend Kim, and myself with my book I had a while back. I would definitely say, Gene, definitely get my book on how to become unstuck. But I would say this to you. If you find yourself stuck, the main thing you've got to do, and I'll make this short and sweet to the point for you, is you've got to begin to pull it into play with your awareness. You've got to be aware of your life, what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're involved in, because when you stop, look, and listen, and you become more aware and consciously present of what is your environment saying to you. Let me give you a great example. If our metron, our sphere of influence, is being influenced by us, and other people are influencing it as well. If I move in autopilot mode mentality, and I'm not paying attention to the details of the things around me that I'm influencing, or the things people are influencing within my sphere of influence, I'm not going to catch it. I'm not going to be able to see the quark, or the what's not ticking, or the very thing that is the space that needs to be field. If I don't become aware of my environment within that situation, then I'm never going to be able to know what it feels like to be unstuck. Because when I'm on an autopilot mode and just sort of plow the ground without paying the attention and with my awareness of what is my environment speaking around me, then I'll never catch the glitch. I'll never catch the space that's empty that needs to be filled. I'll never catch the very thing that puts the pieces together for me to say, this is what's happening. This is what I'm missing. This is what's, tearing apart. This is where I need to make my focus. If I'm not doing that, then I'm not able to recognize what is sticking me, what has gotten me in this rut or this hole. And so that's a key thing, I'm bringing to your attention is most people, consciously don't realize that they're on autopilot mentality and they get stuck because they're up against a brick wall because they never paid attention to the details of the things around them to see what is not moving, what is moving. The things in your life that are moving, focus on those things. Feed energy into the things that are moving. The things that are not moving, guess what? It might not be time enough right at that moment to actually bring your awareness to it that it needs to move. Bring your awareness to the fact of these are the things that are moving in my life. This right here is not moving. Then if the things that are moving, if I pour all my energy and time and effort and money into the things that are moving, then the things that's not moving, it'll speak to me in the season it needs to be able to get unstuck. Don't force yourself into making yourself see the very things that are stuck. Unless it is like a huge priority and God has told you this is really top notch, this is priority, you got to pay attention to this. If he has not, then don't pay attention to it. If he has brought it to your full attention, then feed your awareness into it and break it down. Break it down to say, I'm giving it my attention, I'm giving it my consciousness to begin to see exactly within this thing what is causing it not to move, not to budge. The moment you see here's the key thing. When you see a big picture of your entire life, your life moves. But it works opposite on something that is stuck. If you, when something is stuck, if you take a big picture, a big look at it at the moment of what is stuck, and break it down on the details of it, then you'll begin to see maybe the rock within the wheel, within a clock, or where a certain gear is not oiled right. When you see a bigger picture in the sense of seeing it unstuck, but dive into the details of it, then you're able to see the part of it. Let me give you a great example. It's like saying, for example, if I have a bad day, which, the other day, my life is really good. I'm not going to lie, my life is really good. But the other day, all hell broke loose. Like everything from start to finish was like bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, what's going on? How pardon me for saying this because you guys, are so religious and so holy, you don't ever say anything. But I was literally thinking, what the hell is going on? You ever been there where you're like, what is going on, God? All hell's broken loose. Nothing's going right. Don't act like you're so holy you haven't thought that before, guys. It was like one after the other in one day. And I was thinking, it was about 3 or 4 hours into the day, and I'm thinking to myself, gosh, man, but I had a choice there. When I thought about it, I thought, man, it hit me that I wanted to so bad to say, man, my life just is horrible. Or pardon me for saying this, sometimes you're like, my life just sucks right now. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden, I pulled my words back and I said, no, my life is amazing. Like I have a really great life. My day is not going good. And then I corrected myself again and said, no, my morning is not going good, but it's about to change. And so I was able to shift it the rest of the afternoon. I was able to shift it towards the rest of the afternoon because I realized that when you see a bigger picture and then you start narrowing it down from the bigger picture and you start narrowing it down to see exactly what the problem is, you realize your life is not bad, nor is your full day bad, nor is everything around you bad. Nothing's going right. No, everything's going right except this one thing is not going right. You're able to narrow it down and find that one thing that is the rock in the wheel or the rock in the gear that is causing it not to go. That's what you want to do. You want to see the bigger picture and then slowly talk yourself off the ledge and narrow it down to what exactly is the actual problem. Because I can promise you, Gene, your entire life is not stuck. The enemy wants us to think everything's stuck. No, everything's not stuck. One little thing's stuck, but the enemy wants to magnify everything, right? The enemy wants to bring drama into our lives and our careers and our marriages and our relationships. You cannot allow that to happen. Narrow it down to what actually is the issue. While everything else is functioning, don't curse everything else is functioning by saying everything's bad, I'm stuck. No. The worst thing you can say to yourself is saying, I am stuck, because you're bringing the I amness into it. Do not ever bring the I am into the stuck part of your life. Never. Because when you say I am stuck, you're saying my entire entity, my entire beingness is stuck and my life is on hold. That is cursing, self-sabotaging, toxicity at the worst of your core, because you're bringing the I am into it. Your decree of the I amness in you is going to destroy your entire life. Don't do that. You need to say, you know what, at this moment, I need to find out what actually is the issue, because my life is fantastic, but there's a small issue, a small cork, a small rock in the gear. I got to find out what it is. And that way you're never saying I am. When you say I am stuck or I am sick or then you're cursing your entire beingness, because the power of I am determines your entire future. Never do that. Bring it into, at the present moment, this is going on in my life, so I know that I am not this. I am actually functioning really good, but I got to find that one small little detail that tends to sort of, be that rock in there. I got to get out of there. That's how you want to begin to get yourself out of the rabbit hole, all right? That's how you get out of the area. Because if not, you will curse your entire existence and your entire being. You do not want that for your life at all. You got that? You do not want that at all in your life, all right? So you never led me wrong. I've been getting prophecies from you for over 10 years. You are such a sweetheart. I appreciate that so much. I really do. I try my best. I try my best to give you the content that God is always wanting to speak to us always. So let's look at Facebook for a moment. You Facebook people are probably like, Jeremy just forgot about us over here. What are we, stepchildren? Absolutely not. I got caught up on Instagram here. So awesome. Okay, let's get into expand it. Well, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You're incredible. I love you too, my friend. Let's see here. You give me Awesome. Well, no questions on Facebook. So I hope all that helped you guys out today. I really do. I really, really do. You guys are phenomenal. I mean, totally phenomenal. And let me just say this as well. Hi from West Hollywood. Hello, West Hollywood. Hope you're doing good. I love me some LA. I love me some California. I love me some LA. Hope you're doing good there. Next time I'm in California, I'll look you up and say, hey, let's grab some coffee. How's that? I love engaging in people's lives. I have a lot of clients in Beverly Hills as well. So you're probably surrounded by a lot of my clients, including yourself, that live up on oh my gosh, so many of them up there. I can't even think. One of my friends lives on the ridge up there, has an infinity pool. Love it. No, I think, Nora and Farrah live on the top of the hill. But anyway, got a lot of friends up there. So anyway, yes, absolutely. So if you guys get a chance today, I'm telling you, I know from the proofs in the pudding. Order today, Power of the Law of Manifestation. Power of the Law of Manifestation. Order it from the website today, and I'll autograph it for you, or you can download the ebook today. Anything else that's going to run by you guys? Let's see here. Podcast on Wednesdays, Thoughts Become Things. Stay tuned every Monday to the my Instagram and Facebook Live. Get on the program of Prophetic Words, and get on the program of the Book of the Month program club. Anything else I was going to tell you guys? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. And I'll be popping in and out. I'm going to tell you this. I'm also going to be popping in and out from little videos here and there throughout the week. So when you see me go live, definitely get on board. And don't forget to buy badges. Before I get off right now, buy badges for me. I am literally leaning towards the support and donations of you guys. So buy some badges on Instagram, Facebook, and life coaching. Maria, yes, and life coaching. You hit the nail on the head. And Facebook, hey, if you guys can, buy some stars. Those are donations as well. I love every one of you popping in and out. I love it. I love every one of you. Have a blessed, wonderful, magnificent day. I'm expecting you guys to buy this book today. Hope I was able to help you guys out with some questions. And I will talk to you guys all very soon. God bless every one of you today.